Welcome to the 6th episode of the Chuck E. Cheese Clubhouse. That's closer to double digits than 5. I'm Zach.
I'm Jish.
And now we're the Chuck E. Cheese Clubhouse. Happy April Fools. Welcome to the 6th episode of the Chuck E. Cheese Clubhouse. Happy April Fools. Today, it will be just me and Josh because Cooper could not be here today. Today we'll be doing Bandersnatch, a Netflix original based on Black Mirror. Now, what Bandersnatch has to offer is that it lets you choose between two options that you want your character to do, and then the storyline goes off of it. So it's like a choose-your-adventure book as a movie. This movie has a lot to offer and a lot of different endings you would not expect. Take a look at Bandersnatch.
Keep having these vivid dreams, like thinking weird things.
What sorts of things?
We're gonna be a hit factory, like Motown, but for computer games. You heard it here first.
Bandersnatch. It's an adventure game based on the book. Jerome F. Davies was a genius.
See that bloke who went cuckoo and cut his wife's head off?
When it's a concept piece, a bit of madness is what you need.
You're not hearing voices or...
No voices, but there is something.
Bandersnatch was the final straw.
It lets you see the bigger picture.
Stefan, you're worrying me.
Leave Stefan out of this.
Stefan.
Your fate has been dictated.
You're not in control.
Alright, so now back to Zach for Bandersnatch.
Alright, so the movie starts off with your character, Stefan. Now, he is sort of in his, I would say, like, he's about 21, and he's going to work for a game,
Development.
Game development. That's what it is. And he wants to make it off of the book called Bandersnatch. And he's going to work with all these colleagues, and you get to choose what he does and like what paths to take. So, the first start of the movie is kind of slow. You most likely will pick the wrong path at the start because everyone has that I've watched it with. So, good luck with that. Have fun. And we're not going to do any more spoilers on that movie. Let's just say, though, it's insane, and it was a really good movie.
Without getting into, like, spoilers, what made it so good?
All right, so without getting into spoilers, what made it so good is that you got to choose the adventure. So, like, if you wanted action, you chose the action. If you wanted it to, like, continue a storyline off of the dad and his and the son, then you chose that. But if you wanted him, now this is a choice. If you wanted him to go to therapy or try LSD, you got to choose between the two. So, you obviously some are action-packed, some are not. So, without spoilers, that's what makes the movie so good, in my opinion, Josh.
Alright. So, what would you rate it?
Out of 8, I give it a 6 because it was really good. So, what movie are you doing?
I've watched a lot this month, actually. Did something, like, touch me?
No.
Alright, I felt something on my arm.
You're good.
But, I guess I'll review Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs trailer.
The Japanese archipelago, 20 years in the future. Canine saturation has reached epidemic proportions. An outbreak of dog flu rips through the city of Megasaki. Mayor Kobayashi issues emergency orders. calling for a hasty quarantine, Trash Island becomes an exile colony. The Isle of Dogs.
I don't think I can stomach any more of this garbage.
Exactly.
Same here.
Words out of my mouth.
Nobody's giving up around here, and don't you forget it, ever. You're Rex. You're King. You're Duke. You're Boss. I'm Chief. We're a pack of scary, indestructible alpha dogs.
Atari Kobayashi, you heroically hijacked a Junior Turboprop XJ750 and flew it to the island because of your dog. Darn it. I've got a crush on you.
We get the idea. You're looking for your lost dog Spots. Does anybody know him?
No.
I've lost all of my pride.
Spots, if he's alive, may very well be living, even at this moment, as a captive prisoner.
Somebody is up to something. Will you help him? The little pilot.
Why should I?
Because he's a 12-year-old boy. Dogs love those.
We'll find him. Wherever he is, if he's alive, we'll find your dog.
It's gonna be a fight!
I wish somebody spoke his language.
Wow. To the north, a long rickety causeway over a noxious sludge marsh leading to a radioactive landfill polluted by toxic chemical garbage. That's our destination.
Great. Got it.
Get ready to jump.
This movie is made by Wes Anderson, and if you don't know who that is, he's a film director, of course. But he has like his unique style, which is like flat characters, symmetrical cinematography, sort of blandish color palette.
Stop motion.
And you see that a lot in this movie. Like, it's definitely a lot of his style. But I really enjoyed this movie. It has some of the best animation from 2018. I think it rivals Into the Spider-Verse. And it has a really good story.
So what's it about?
So the story pretty much goes like this. So there's a family that's ruled like Japan for a while, and pretty much they love cats and hate dogs. So like back in the past, a whole war went on, and this one kid ended up saving the dogs, but the dogs became house trained. So then we go into the future to where the movie takes place, and a disease is spreading through the dog population. So the mayor of the town sends all the dogs off to an island so they don't infect people. And pretty much the story from there, without spoiling, the dogs pretty much have to get off the island. But yeah, it's a really great movie. There's some really good actors in it. Edward Norton, he's in it. He's really good. The dude who plays Darth Vader's voice, I can't remember his name right now.
All right. What will you rate it?
Well, I've watched this movie 3 times now. And in my opinion,
what would you have rated it every single time?
It gets better the more you watch it.
Could you understand it more?
Yeah. You notice like more stuff with the animation and like little details that you don't notice the first time. And overall, I'd rate it probably a 7 out of 8.
Important news announcement. So we got a PewDiePie T-Series almost. They're like neck and neck. I just thought you guys wanted to know because they're like.
No one cares about that.
Because it's like 5,000 subscriber difference. Just so you know, guys. All right. So what I want to talk about is a TV show. The Walking Dead.
I stopped watching that.
I know. A lot of you have, but I'm going to talk about it. It is now on season 9. So we're going to talk about season 8 to 9 because I want to complain and talk about it. So we start off at season 8 with almost everything destroyed. If you guys haven't watched this, there's going to be kind of spoilers, kind of not. So get to season 8 where it's all out war. Negan and Rick Grimes are fighting, and there's just a lot of it. And Negan goes to, I think, to the hilltop where they're at, and when they get kind of rushed by Rick, because he's going crazy. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I don't remember like any of it.
This is season 8.
I watched 7 and 8, and then the first episode of 9, but it was just bad.
You'll see. So he gets hit by a car, and Negan is running while Rick is just gunning him down.
I just realized that the ring does work. That it has the whole entire time.
Since when did you get here?
Yeah, when'd you get here?
Well, I just popped here right now.
All right, what are we gonna talk about?
I will have
Cooper?
none of that.
What's your movie?
So, I'm gonna review The Isle of Dogs. Sorry, Josh, I wasn't here. Did you already review that one?
Yeah.
No.
Isle of Dogs.
Let's get your take on it.
All right, so this is my take on Isle of Dogs. I think it is a beautiful movie. It's just the animation, just Wes Anderson's directing, and the stop motion and the animation just combined. It's just a beautiful movie to watch, especially like the sushi scene. You should look that scene up on YouTube. Yeah. It's a great scene. It's like, it probably took like hours to make that scene. It's so perfect. I think I would actually give this movie. I think I do like this movie than I like this movie more than Into the Spider-Verse. I just think it was.
But Into the Spider-Verse had. Oh, crazy! Sorry.
No, I don't think it did. This is just an amazing movie. It's just how like. It's a good movie, you know, when it's a good movie and you watch it and you're like, wow, that's a pretty good movie. Movies are good. A lot of people will probably like this, you know? So,
well, I just have to say for the quality of this movie, I've already watched it 3 times, and I'm usually the most critical of the bunch, so that should tell you something.
Yeah, and I own this movie, so I can watch it whenever I want to. Wait, do you also?
It was free.
Nice. Zachary, we're trying to run a show here.
I'm trying to find that Go Crazy thing. I'll be right back.
So, great movie. The dogs are pretty epic. There's like a plot twist. It's kind of a plot. You know what I'm talking about? You know what the plot's on? You know what I'm talking about?
Pretty sure.
You know, like. Yeah. When that plot twist. Go crazy! Go crazy! All right, so now that we have that out of the way, it's just it's a nice moment. You're like, oh my gosh, wow, I didn't know that. And then I don't know, I really love that movie. I should watch that again.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna watch that
really
again.
Good movie.
I'm gonna give you a.
And Bandersnatch. I don't think I liked it as much as Zach did.
How'd you know I did Bandersnatch?
Why not?
I don't know. It's my intuition, yeah.
How'd you know I watched Bandersnatch?
I just know everything, all right?
Right.
So Bandersnatch, like, what?
Talk then eat. All right.
All right. So Bandersnatch. Wait, I Love Dogs, I rated 8 out of 8. Bandersnatch. I didn't like that, really, because, like, I don't know, I love Black Mirror. I've watched every single episode of Black Mirror.
Well, I kind of like Bandersnatch.
Well, I didn't really like it.
But I liked it.
It was sucked.
It was good.
I didn't like it.
Well, I liked it.
Well, I didn't.
Ah!
So yeah, that's Black Mirror Bandersnatch. So we're gonna talk about our favorite movies, and I'll start. My personal favorite movie of all time is Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction.
Miramax Films is proud to present one of the most celebrated motion pictures of the year. The winner of the 1994 Palme d'Or, the best picture of the Cannes Film Festival.
Come on, let's get in character. Why are you so interested in Big Man's wife? Well, he's going out of town in Florida, and he asked me if I'd take care of her while he's gone. Take care? No, man. Just show her a good time, make sure she don't get lonely.
Don't you hate that?
Hey, what?
Uncomfortable silences.
John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Uma Thurman, Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth, Amanda Plummer, Maria de Medeiros, Bing Rames, Eric Stoltz, Rosanna Arquette, Christopher Walken, and Bruce Willis.
Looking at something, friend? Ain't my friend, Luca.
Die, you mother! A new film directed by Quentin Tarantino. Pulp Fiction.
You really thinking about quitting?
Most definitely.
What you gonna do then?
Basically, I'm just gonna walk the earth.
What you mean walk the earth?
You know, like Kane in Kung Fu.
So Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite directors. Even though I haven't watched a lot of his movies, all the
only
movies.
9.
Yeah, I've watched like 2. All the movies I've seen of his, I really like. But Pulp Fiction, in my opinion, is his best, even though it was one of his earliest. So what this movie is about, the main plot, well, there isn't really a main plot. There's more like 3 main plots. So, one plot follows these 2 guys, Jules and Vincent. Why do you guys have to ruin everything?
Alright, just go.
So, Jules is played by Samuel L. Jackson, and Vincent is played by... Why am I trying to play? Yeah, John Travolta. John Travolta. And this, in my opinion, is like some of the best acting in any film. They're just so funny, and they have some great talks and dialogue. It's just some of the best dialogue you'll ever see. And their story, well, what you need to know about this film is it's not linear. So instead of having one story play out, then the next, then the last one, they kind of intertwine them together, but not in chronological order. So what they may do is start at the end and then end with the beginning. So Vincent and Jules are hired by Marcellus Wallace, who is like this crime boss, to get this briefcase, which we never find out what's in it, because Quentin Tarantino said it's up to your interpretation. So that's pretty much what the first story is about without any spoilers. The second story is about Vincent Vega taking Marcellus Wallace's wife, Mia, out to have fun while Marcellus is gone. So it follows him taking her out, and bad stuff happens, and it's a catastrophe. Yeah. And then the third story is about a boxer named Bruce. So Bruce is working with Marcellus Wallace, but he betrays him and does something else. So the rest of the story is him trying to escape and what happens. That's like the three main plots without any spoilers. But besides that, this movie's just so good. The directing, the cinematography, the music, the dialogue is just all spectacular and amazing. And all of that stuff combined just makes it probably my favorite movie of all time.
How many times have you watched it?
Like twice.
Wow.
All right. Now, time for my favorite movie.
I mean, some of it's hard to watch.
Let's see if you guys can guess
Never
this.
watched it.
Let's see if you guys can guess this. It's a 2017 movie. Horror.
It.
Okay, so today we'll be talking about my favorite movie, which is It, the 2017 interpretation. Now, when I first saw this, it's probably like my second horror movie.
Zach was praying in the theater.
We don't talk.
Really?
Yes, he was praying in
Wait,
the theater.
God.
Can we cut that?
No,
that
we
has
can't
to
cut
stay
that.
in.
This was my second horror movie, so I was a little scarred in the theater.
Scared?
Scarred.
What was your first then? If you were scarred.
Conjuring? Wait, did you go to the Conjuring with us?
Pet Cemetery.
That
old
comes
one?
out. That's not even out yet.
There's
The old
two.
one.
There's an old one.
Yeah. You didn't know that.
So both of the horror movies you watched were a guy.
Stephen King.
Stephen King.
So, this was like a little bit of an upgrade, because this was like, the first part of it, I'm sure you guys all watched it, but if you don't know, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but the first part got me a little, jumpy during this movie. By that, I mean I kind of put my feet up so that nothing could grab me. The whole movie. It scared me. Anytime I saw something red that night, I was jumpy at it because I thought it was like a red balloon or something. So, this movie, like the first time I saw it, first time I saw it, it was a little like, I hated this movie. And then the second time I watched it, I bought the movie because I wanted to watch it again. Let me just say, you ask how many times I've watched this, I've lost track, 7 or more.
What?
Yes, I've watched this movie 7 or more times. Now the second time I saw the rest of it, I was like, okay, this movie actually isn't that bad. I was just like being a little
baby. Wah.
You didn't have to say that. All right, so. And then, like, the third time I watched it, I was like, wow, this movie actually is, like, really good. It has some good acting. It's, like, people show fears. And then I just watched it a bunch because I was bored.
Watched it 14 times in one day.
And I enjoyed the movie. It's my favorite movie. And that's it.
All right.
Literally.
Great. So, I have...
Wow.
I can't choose between 3 movies. So, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Hot Fuzz, in Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. So a little wide range there. So 2 Edgar Wright movies and then like a romance sad movie. But I think my favorite movie is probably Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. Just I love that movie. I watched it like only twice, but I still really love that movie. I don't even know why. It's a good movie, you know. It's like a Jim Carrey.
Well, we need more than it's a good movie,
right.
you know?
All right, so, it's about...
It's a bruh.
So, like, this guy...
It's a bruh.
It's kind of, like, hard to understand, but it all comes together at the end. Dang, I need to watch that. It's been, like, a while since I watched it, so, like, I kind of forget, but, like... But, all right, so, like, these people get in a relationship, but then they're like, yo, who even are you? All right, I don't even know if I could talk about the movie without spoiling it.
Then don't.
I'll talk about Hot Fuzz and and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It's both Edgar Wright movies. He's like my favorite director. So Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is Michael Cera, and then he meets this girl, and then he's like, I want to be with you, but he doesn't say it like that because he's Michael Cera. So he's like, Michael Cera voice, I want to be with you. Then her name's like Romaine Lettuce or something. I don't remember. Romaine Lettuce. Forget what her name is.
Ramona.
Okay, we're just gonna go with Romaine Lettuce.
Wait, what's the movie called?
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It is Ramona, I think. Wait, have you watched the movie?
No.
Is it Ramona? I think it is Ramona. Wait.
That's just like the only name I can think of. That's close to Romaine
Alright,
Lettuce.
so we got Scott Pilgrim and Romaine Lettuce, and she's like, my ex-boyfriends are gonna like come and kill you, and he's like, all right. So he has to defeat all of the 7.
Ramona Flowers.
Ramona Flowers. So Romaine Lettuce. Romaine Lettuce and Ramona Flowers. That's like the same thing.
I see where you're coming from.
All right. So he has to defeat the 7 evil exes, and then they're all like super powered demons, and like Captain America is one of them. No, it's just Chris Evans. Wait, is it Chris Evans? Yeah, I think it's Chris Evans in there.
Bruh.
All right, but it's a great movie, really funny, and also Hot Fuzz has the same direction to as Scott Pilgrim vs. the World does. So it has like the guy in the movie, Simon Pegg, and his other buddy are like yee when they get to this town. Well, the guy already lives in the town. He's the son of the like sheriff or whatever, or like the police chief. And then
Which
Simon
one is
Pegg,
this?
Hot Fuzz. The Simon Pegg character, I think his name Eddie or oh my, I forget.
Do you need me to look it
Bro,
up?
I don't remember anything. No, who cares?
how-
I don't even need
If these are your favorite movies of all time, why don't you know like anything about them?
I can name all the
he
characters
goes-
in it.
So he goes to
It.
so he goes to the place, to the town, because he's like from another place, but he's like an OCD cop. So then they
What
get
does that
there.
mean?
He's a cop that has OCD.
How?
What do you think?
So
Go crazy, oh!
So then he's like, well, there's something up with this town. And then it's a pretty epic movie. There's just one scene where he's just like going down the street, just going like kind of crazy, you know.
The Spider-Man
I don't
thing?
even know if that's a spoiler because I need to watch all these movies again, but they are my favorite, trust me. So go watch those 3 movies. They're amazing, every single one of them. I love Edgar Wright's direction, but then he came and made Ant-Man, which is like completely different from all
No,
the
he
movies.
didn't make Ant-Man. He started to make it, and then they fired him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
It would have been a
yeah,
lot
because-
better if he
because,
continued to make it, though.
Yeah, because
The first Ant-Man was good.
I mean,
yeah, they dug
it's
up Edgar
okay.
Wright's old tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought he directed that one.
No, he worked on it, but I don't think they dug up his old tweets or anything. They just had creative differences, I think.
And I think it worked.
No, that was.
It was better because they had Edgar Wright's direction. That's
they
why.
dug up his old tweets.
They did? All right. I didn't know.
That's why he got fired. That was like a big thing.
Yeah. No, that was James Gunn.
No, I swear it was Edgar Wright.
No, it was James Gunn who got fired from Guardians of the Galaxy, but they
Yeah,
rehired
I know he
him.
did that too. But I swear Edgar Wright also got fired. All right, maybe I'm just
I don't know.
thinking stuff.
I think you're insane. But yeah, Edgar
maybe
Wright
I'm
started
just-
to work on the first Ant-Man, but then they fired him for some reason.
Oh.
So
Well,
that's
I feel
why
like even if he finished that,
it's okay. But the
no,
new
even if-
Ant-Man's pretty bad, not gonna lie.
I didn't even
The
finish
first-
watching that Ant-Man because I got so bored.
Yeah, the Ant-Man the Wasp, pretty bad movie. Really
Wait, are you sure
boring.
he didn't finish it?
Yeah.
Ant-Man, and then I put D for director, and then I said, dude, perfect.
Thank you guys all so much for
I'm supposed to do
watching
the
this
outro.
episode. Just shut. Just let me do it.
I want to do the outro.
You
So
always
make
do
sure to
smart.
tune
Exactly.
in next month, and
We'll
That's
see all you
it.
guys next month. Goodbye.
Hey!
Hey, yo,
That's so bad.
Hey.